See you in the future, babe. Welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to have episode 158 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. Hello everybody, welcome. We have a bag of mixed 1990 mint Cellos. They're all Lincoln Memorial cents. They all came mixed here together. So it looks like 1990 has a couple double dies we can look for. I didn't see any RPMs or double dies for the Denvers. So we'll just take these as we go, but we'll take a look at them all. We'll pour them out here. Woohoo! They're eager to get out. They do look really nice. All the mint cellos do look really fresh, and so hopefully we will get some good looking coins here tonight. But we'll go through them the way we normally do here, and hopefully we'll find some nice ones, which most of these, I believe, they all look really, really nice. But I have only looked at two when I was taking photos, but everything just looks really nice and bright. I know we've been in the 70s here for a little bit, and so once we go back and look at newer coins, they definitely are a little bit brighter and happier. And so we'll just kind of cruise through these looking at the quality. How's everybody's week going? Hope everyone is well and doing good. It's been a pretty good week here. Seems like a quick week, it just flew by. A couple little nicks down above the sea here. Otherwise, these look like they're going to look really nice. This is definitely a date I would maybe get some coins graded. I don't get a lot of 1990 MS67s, so these might be worth hunting for some 67s. Probably end up getting back a bunch of 66s. I believe whatever that is, it looks like it's floating. You can see a shadow on the coin. It almost looks like a little spot. But I'd say these look pretty good. Definitely a bunch of 65s in here. I'm guessing we've already seen a 66 by the look at these. I know it probably takes looking at things from every angle to like really confirm. But before you send in any coins, you should really confirm that they are good from about every angle to have the best chance of getting back a grade that you're wanting. Looks like my nail's a little yellow. I had an orange earlier. Washed them, but it looks like they're a little stained. Really nice fields on this one. So I believe this is our first Denver here. So I've been buying a bunch of coins again, so I should have a bunch of fun videos for you guys this week. I was able to get a bunch of stuff I normally don't get, and I also started broadening my horizons a little bit. I've entered the world coin market, going to take Time Traveler's Coin Exchange global, and so that's going to be interesting here. I do a lot of short videos throughout the week when I'm not streaming. And so you guys will be seeing coins from all over the world. Of course, I'll still be doing all my US, and primarily I'll be focusing on small cents, but now that I do all denominations, it just seemed like the logical step after doing all denominations to kind of branch out. I thought about doing one country or two countries or something, but I'm just, whatever looks good to me, that's what I'm gonna buy and show you guys. And hopefully I'll have some coins on here in the upcoming week you guys have never seen before. I've pretty much collected small cents and large cents for the past 2 decades, and just branching out into other ones. Looks like there's a little bit of toning on this one. Just branching out into nickels, dimes, quarters, and whatnot. It definitely opened up the world of coin collecting to me. Yeah, there's some toning up at the top of this one. It's getting kind of a pink color. So we may have some toned coins in here. But just branching out, it really opened up my horizons. And now I'm just looking at things in a global perspective, and who knows, maybe I'll have some coins from other planets here in the future. Can't guarantee it, obviously, but anything's possible. And so not only will we be going back in time in the United States here, but we'll be going back in time in pretty much every country of the world, hopefully here by the end of the year. It's been interesting. I've just been looking at coins from all over the world like all week, and it's just amazing how many different kinds of coins there are, and just coins look different everywhere, and just the way that they change in time. It's been really fun. I had started reading Breen's book, The Complete Encyclopedia of U.S. and Colonial Coins, this last week, and so I was really getting an introduction into a lot of colonial coins, because that's where everything starts in the book, and it was just giving me a rich history of all the coins' origins and why they happened, and what effect they had in the world, and it was interesting. And then I just started to look back farther and farther, and it's been fun. No way back now. I'm down the rabbit hole. And so it looked like a bunch of the double dies, there were like extra columns inside the reverse. I believe they're all on Philadelphia's. I didn't see any errors on the Denvers. If anybody knows of any errors, this one has a nice obverse. Maybe there's a little mark up above Lincoln's head there, maybe two. One below Liberty. Still nice fields. Couple marks on the reverse here. Really nice luster, quite a few marks. Probably too many marks, despite how bright and pretty it looked. Nice flow here, but the spot on the 9, it looks like, unless that's just, I believe, yeah, that looks like it's under the cello, no shadow. Couple spots. Seems like there is like some sort of black something in these mint cellos. It's so easy for something to just get into the bag with the coins, and then you get this, like, you know, it's kind of a little bit of dirt gets in there, and then they end up sticking to the cello. And it's like as if we don't have enough things to like try to look through with the mint cello and all the lines and all the marks the coins make. But we'll try to look for extra columns. We'll try to take, I know I'm totally guilty of just scanning the outsides of the coins, but we'll try to look inside the memorials as well and see if we can find anything. And it looks like there's a couple obverse double dies on the Philadelphia. It looks like there's some extra thickness on the bottom of a couple 9s, and there's supposedly a notch in the R of trust. That's supposed to be visible, so we'll see if we can find that. And the only way we can do that is if we look, so we will look. This mint cello looks like it's got a little bit of environmental damage. Coin looks a slight bit off center. Looks like I won my first certified PCGS clipped planchet tonight. I don't think I've ever had one inside a PCGS slab, so that'll be interesting to see. I was able to pick up another 1794 large cent. Wow, that one's got a big scratch across the top of it. But it's been a good week. Got my taxes turned in, just need to do another meeting, so if I get a tax return this year, I'll have a lot of fun coins for you guys. Hey, homesteading Northern Michigan, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you again. So we've got some 1990 P&D here tonight. It looks like the 1990s will probably, if we're going to find something interesting, that's probably where it's going to be. Wow, the luster on this one, the way it just gets squished out to the edges. Believe there is a little spot up there. This one's just kind of floating. It's gone. So we'll have to see. Yeah, the luster is really cool on the reverse too. Yeah, that's the first slabbed one I've gotten. I've bet on them before, but they always just go pretty high, and so I just kind of let them go. I figure I just kept being like, oh, when I get one for, I think I paid just under 20 bucks for it. I didn't actually, I just put a bid down and I didn't see what I actually won it for. But I think I probably won it for about 20 bucks. And I think it was in 1979. Seems like several of these are just slightly off center, like not centered strikes. It's okay. This one looks very centered. I'd say these coins look a lot better than the last couple batches we had. They are newer, but the mint Cellos just seem like they're in way better shape too. Hey PK Carve, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. Yeah, it's cheaper than the slab. It seems like even the minor varieties, they get really expensive. Just being in the slab, it's like the slab ends up being essentially where the money is because it costs so much money to get them slabbed. And so it's I can't even imagine trying to like complete a minor variety set and get them all graded, just because a lot of the minor varieties people don't want to grade because the coin's worth less money than the slab is. And so it's like basically to get a complete minor set you have to pay a bunch of money, or be lucky enough to pick them up at auction and have nobody, wanting to spend more than a slab's worth on them. It's like first you find a coin that's kind of, interesting and rare, and then you have to pay just to have it worth less than what it would be just to add it to your collection. That's why I prefer purchasing slabs that other people have already put the money into. I feel like if I had tried to just grade all the coins that I have in the vault, I would have lost the money that I put into most of the coins just getting them graded. Instead, other people get their coins graded and I end up buying them when they no longer want them, or they upgrade and they're trying to sell off their coins. And it's just funny to me because like I bought a lot of coins to get graded, and then it's like, I could buy, like, this coin's available for cheaper, it's nicer and it's cheaper than it would be if I got mine graded. And so then what do I do with all the coins that I bought to get graded? It always makes me laugh. But I'm glad that I started buying coins pre-graded, because it's definitely worked a lot better for me as a business. I just wish that I had adopted the model 10 years sooner, maybe 20 even. This one's got some toning on it as well. It doesn't really show up super well. It's got kind of a whitish pink around the rim. I believe it was on both sides. That's like the second toned. I feel like I don't get toned 90s very often. I found myself watching one of those Reddit Robin Hood kind of streams, GameStop, the other day, and it seems very interesting what's going on in the stock market right now. I'm happy for all the little guys, all the underdogs. They're getting their turn. I'm always for the underdog. It's an interesting world. If I didn't already have something to captivate my time, I think that I would be joining these Reddit forums. I've talked to quite a few people who have made a lot of money off this thing, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that have lost a lot of money too. It probably would be two gradings. You'd probably have to pay to have it graded twice. But I've seen coins like mated pairs and stuff. I've seen them and they go for a lot. That's a good question. I thought it was a close AM. This one's got some toning on the bottom rim as well. I thought it was. For some reason, I thought that there was a close AM for one of these, but I didn't see. Let me check to see if there are double deers. I didn't see anything. But if I just Google search it, it should probably come up. 1990 double ear. I have to be careful not to open a double ear 90 proof. Let me check this out. That's a 1997 double ear. I'm looking real quick. We can take a look at the ears. No, I'm just getting ear piercing. I'm not seeing, like when I just looked it up, I did not see a ton of pictures. I did see a couple things talking about it, but then when I was opening them, they were showing me pictures of different dates. And then it was just a bunch of stuff with people with big ears, which is cool. Yeah, I'm still learning. There's just, and then like I thought I was going to learn everything about Lincoln cents, and it's like 20 years later after heavily collecting them. I mean, I've been collecting them my whole life, but it's like I felt like I was collecting them seriously 20 years ago, and then even more so 10 years ago, and more so now. But I keep learning more and more and more, and that's kind of when I realized that like there's just so much to learn, and it just, people keep finding out more. That's when I was just like, you know, I'm never going to know everything, so I might as well start learning about other coins too. And that's when I started collecting everything, and now I officially am collecting everything. But I guess with the clause of I'm collecting everything that's in a PCGS slab, just because it's so much easier to sell a slabbed coin. It's like I have so many raw coins, but for the price that it costs to get them or to sell them and send them in the mail, people just, for some reason, they're willing to pay a lot more to know exactly what the grade. I'm not sure what's on that. It's on the cello. I'm not going to try to wipe it off or smear it away. Any 1990 misspelling errors? What I saw for errors, I saw in the 1990p that there's extra columns in some of them, and I saw that there's extra thickness in the bottom of the nines, and that there is a notch in the R, and there may be a couple other ones, but that's mainly what I was seeing. I believe it looked like the 1990S possibly there was a no S proof coin. But I'm pretty sure none of these are proof, and so I don't think we're going to be finding that. I don't remember when I purchased. I already deleted the listing. It actually told me all the different years and how many were in each one. I really should have kept the listing. I should have printed it out just to have a checklist. But I don't believe there were any proof coins in the Mint Cello lot that I bought. It was like, I can't even remember, I think it was it 3,800. I think it was like 3,800 proof, or 3,800, 38 rolls of Mint Cellos, I think is what it was. And they're not all even, it just added up to basically 38 rolls. And there's a couple rolls where the people, I think there's 4 rolls where they took them out. And so they've been taken out of the Mint Cellos and are in rolls. I'm not sure how I'm going to do those episodes. Oh, that's true. could grease out, you could have a struck through grease, and then you would be missing letters. And if that happens, we'll probably spot it pretty easily. And so we've got about 5 or 6 more here, and then we'll zoom in. I don't think I saw any RPMs, and so if there are, I would imagine if there were any RPMs, somebody would have found one by now. And that if there are, they're not very dramatic, otherwise somebody would have found it by now. But that's half the reason we're looking at these anyway, is that just because nobody else has found them doesn't mean that it's not possible. It's just highly unlikely. Almost looked like that one had some toning, but I don't think it does. Yeah, and that's the thing with a lot of the newer ones. I think it really takes time. It's definitely worth collecting them and putting them away, because I feel like it takes time before some errors just come right out of the market or right out of the gate and just zoom and skyrocket. But sometimes things take time, and you know, they catch on later. Like from what I've read, there's a lot of different small date, large date varieties, but there's only a couple of them that have really caught on. The market just never embraced them. But I think, and from what I've read, in the future, people will care more about some of these small date, large date varieties, and so for people who are smart, they'll kind of, you know, figure out which ones are the rarer ones, and they'll put them away. And when the market kind of catches on, it'll be interesting. All right, so that is all of them. I'll take them back out here. We can zoom in. Hopefully we'll get lucky and find something tonight. I'd say that these did look pretty nice. If I was to get some coins graded, I would say there was, you know, probably a chunk of these that would be worth grading. I mean, for me, I can sell MS66s and make money off of them still if I did a bulk submission. A lot of graders probably would want 67. They would probably want to be shooting for 68s, and, you know, take some 67s as casualties. I just need to get these lined up. Huh. So I'm assuming that this is a Cello, but this is interesting, or machine damage. Yeah, I enjoy toned coins too. I was feeling like I was buying too many toned coins because all of a sudden I was getting a ton of them. And lately, like, I was just saying to myself, I need to stop buying toned coins because they're not selling. And then lately, I've been selling a ton of toned coins. Like, I got a beautiful one today. Yeah, now that I'm zoomed out, we won't be able to see it. Here, I want to take another look at that one. I was just, like, this one was really, really pretty rims. I think it's only a 58D. But just had really nice toning around. It's like a MS66, and then on the reverse it was just like kind of like pink and green. I was just happy when I saw that one today. I got a couple of toned ones this last week that were really nice. Hey, thank you, Homesteading Northern Michigan. Have a good night. Good to see you. MS68s or 375, Jason. Welcome to the stream, Jason Scott. And have a good night, Homesteading Northern Michigan. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you a good sleep. Yeah, I guess if you got 168, that would do you good. And so I'm assuming that this is just machine damage. It's just the first one that we've looked at. I did not see any double dies like this. So I'm going to assume that this is just machine damage. I need to get things focused in here so that things are a little bit clearer. 68 plus, that sounds nice. Yeah, pretty much almost all of my, like I'd say I've probably sold like a quarter of my MS67s this last week. Just 2 or 3 different buyers have been buying them all. So I need to get some more somehow. It seems like most of the people who were getting them graded, I haven't been seeing them. So at some point here, I might need to do some batches of memorials as some of my first. Gosh, yeah, this one kind of looks like the last one. We can take a look at the ears and everything on here. And so these, yeah, these are the Philadelphias. And so there was a double die where there was notching on the bottom leg of the R. And so we'll need to try to look out for that, and extra thickness on the bottoms of the 9s. You're very welcome, homesteading. Hope to see you again in the future. Let me go back to this other view here too, because I forget that it's clear. Wow. Yeah, so the machine damage on these it's pretty real. Okay, yeah, that definitely looks like it is pulling off the side of the coin, not just doubling. These are going to be fun to look through if they're all like that. And I got to remember to check out in between the pillars, look for some extra pillars. And so I believe maybe I should go through the Philadelphias here first, because I believe that's where all of the double dies were looking like they were. And did anybody see, was there anything, any doubled ears for 90? I did not see any when I did a Google search. But I didn't want to leave you guys here for too long. For some reason those look thicker. It looks very, very flat, like that O there looks very flat. Yeah, I'm not used to looking at all 3 at the same time. I guess we only have 2 here, I guess, tonight, because we only have Philadelphia and Denver. But I'm used to just doing solid rolls of one date and not kind of going back and forth. Probably if I'm smart here, I'll divide things up. It's easier when you're looking at the same coin, just the differences really stick out. So now that I'm remembering, I feel like there was another double die where there was kind of like at the very top of the steps, like on the bottoms of the pillars. It looked like a tough one to spot. Yeah, so far the obverses on these, it seems like every single one has machine doubling. It'd probably do me good to get into a habit of looking over the entire coin every time. It's like old habits die hard. And so sometime this upcoming week I should start to get a bunch of PCGS World coins in, and so I'll be able to show you guys some coins hopefully you guys haven't ever seen before. The only caveat of it is there'll be a lot of coins I've never seen before, let alone know much about, and so it's going to be very interesting trying to tell you guys about coins that I know nothing about. Kind of interesting the line in the one here. I just want to take a look at that a little closer. If I can get it focused. Maybe it's nothing. It was just looking possibly like it was a little extra wide. Almost kind of wanted, why isn't that moving? It almost looked like there was like a notch on the inside of the curl of the 9, but I think it's just the way the light is hitting. But there is, we'll just check while we're zoomed in, we'll check the T here, or the R, and make sure there's not a notch there. I don't think that quite qualifies as a notch. Okay. But we looked. Can't find it if we don't look. And so I'm looking forward to checking out some coins this week that I've never seen before. I think, I can't remember, I at least got a couple examples from the 1400s. I may have been able to go all the way back into the 1300s. I can't quite remember how far, but I tried to get some examples from pretty much every decade from there on, and from quite a few different countries. And I tried to get some more today, but I just wasn't able to get anything at a decent price. So I'm going to just continue on looking, and as things become available. Some nice machine doubling on his nose here. That is not the nose we're looking for, though. Not what we're looking for. I think this one has some toning on it. I think I just saw it when I looked down. So I think these first two steps, I think they usually have things, and the outer, or the column, they usually have a little extra on them. And just a little bit of toning. Gives it a little bit of extra color. How's everybody's week been? Have you guys had good weeks? Is anybody buying GameStop shares? I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't. I mean, I feel like by the time things are on the news, it's probably time to be selling, but it just seems interesting to me. Almost looks, I want to check out the G here. But just the way the light hits it. Just looked a little bit thicker. Yeah, let's zoom back out. Is that outer pillar always like that? It just kind of looked a little bit stretched. Let me check this one out. So if we have a Denver. Gives us a chance to kind of compare. Nice. You get a 3-day weekend. Those are the best. This is my short weekend. I just get half a Saturday and half a Sunday off, but then I work. I mean, it's this is like the only, like, this is the time of the week where I don't have 2 other jobs, And I say jobs, but they're not jobs. I just have 2 other full-time jobs that aren't really jobs. This is my fun time. I feel like these 1990s are actually nice enough that I'm actually able to focus on the ear. Most of the time when I go to look at the ear with my microscope, I can't even find it. And so it's actually kind of nice to actually be able to see Lincoln here. Oh, you get every other weekend off? Do you get the weekdays off the other week, or do you just work like 11 days a week? There almost looks like there's two two machine doubles on there. It's like there's like little steps on the one. I feel like I'm starting to remember for this year that there were lots of kind of doubled noses and lots of doubling around the face, but just machine damage, nothing fun. I'm just taking a closer look at the E here. For some reason on some lines it almost looks like there is, I mean, I don't see any notching, so it's probably just machine damage. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen a really nice notch coin. Welcome, Blue Sandy. How are you tonight? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for saying hi. There's that kind of doubling on the face I was talking about. I think we've seen a couple like it so far. So the nose has a nice little outline, the chin's got some doubling. If only it was worth money, we would have a jackpot with this date. It's like I'm feeling really thankful for having the job that I have right now of basically doing eBay, because like one of my last jobs, as Sandy knows, was working at a nursing home, and that does not sound like a fun place to be working right now. And one of the other last is being an over-glorified grocery store worker, and that does not sound like a fun place to be. It's like pretty much done customer service kind of jobs most of my life, and so it's really nice not to just be on the front lines for minimum wage. I definitely do not envy anybody that's got to just be out there every day and can't just stay home if they have the means to do so. I definitely feel very blessed right now. Did I see who caused all the stock market stuff? I just heard that it was a bunch of Redditors and just a bunch of Redditors all got together, kind of, you know, a bunch of YouTubers, a bunch of people all just got together and said, hey, let's buy this stock. I think it started off with a bunch of people gaming, and they didn't want their game stores to go away, and so they all bought the stock to keep it. And then I think people realized what was happening, and I think people realized that they had more power than they thought they did, which is pretty interesting. It's usually really hard to get a bunch of people to work together on something. What did you hear happened? You have an A team and a B team, PK? Yeah, I've had jobs where things just kind of alternated, and you'd have like a really really long week. I had some where it was basically like I worked like a week and a half straight, and then would have like both my weekends on top of each other. I kind of liked that. Like, I mean, I always would have rather worked like 3 12-hour shifts and then had 4 days off. But customer service jobs, they want people there as much as possible. And they like them all fresh and smiley. Hello from California. Hello to everybody. Hello, world. Hope you all are having a good weekend. And hopefully we'll all have an excellent week this week. Hello, Oops Sorry X. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. I'm not positive, but I feel like I'm hearing possibly that the stimulus talks checks or whatever are gonna happen this week, that like government's gonna figure out how to do it. I know we just got one, but I feel like it was the one we were supposed to get like 9 months ago. But I understand money doesn't just like, it doesn't just come from a check being written, it comes from us. So it's like if our government can do it, great. It's like it's not going to do us any good if our government can't pay for firefighters and politicians and whatnot. Or would it? I don't know. You work for DMH, Department of... what is DMH? I want to say Department of Motor... Enlighten me. For some reason I'm not pulling that one up. Hello, Ohio. Hello again, Jason Scott. Yeah, let's not forget to look in here. We need to find some coins. At least they are beautiful tonight. That is the bright side here. What's going on in this one? It's like a chunk of D. I know it's not a... It's probably... Yeah, it's like a tear in the surface. And that is the zinc starting to show. Department of Mental Health. Okay, that makes absolute sense. I don't know why. Maybe it's a... Yeah, no, I had a rough sleep last night. That might be something to do with it. I couldn't actually imagine myself still being awake tonight, but it was pretty much a 4 a.m. or so. Had to get up, and then it wasn't until like 6:30 or so that I was able to almost kind of go to bed, and then it was time to get up again at about 7. So definitely not the best night's sleep here. Forgive me if I say words that I'm not meaning to say today. How is it working at the Department of Mental Health during a pandemic? That seems like it would be really, really difficult. It's like I know of a lot of people who are unable to kind of get various kinds of healthcare, different kinds of therapy right now, because nobody's doing in-person meeting therapy. Some people are, but it's kind of, people trying to limit how many people they can see, and so they try to like see the most urgent cases. But it seems like it's like, say, if you work in an office or something too, it's got to be interesting trying to get everybody in one room to do their jobs. Yeah, this one's got a lot of doubling right down to the bow tie. Now I'm trying to remember what it is here. I should know what it is. Is it Department of Health and Human Services, DHHS? I think that's probably what we have in California here. Maybe it is a different division of healthcare. But it's like here, I think it's like the, what is it, the DMV here? Or is that Massachusetts? Is it DMV, Blue Sandy in Massachusetts? I feel like it's DMV, and I feel like I don't say it right here in California. I think it's different here. Maybe it's the same both. It's another one of those G's that just look like it's slightly doubled. Any extra columns? Have you guys ever found the extra columns on the reverse? I don't think I have ever found one. Is the place where you get your license in Massachusetts, is it the Department of Motor Vehicles? Or does it have a different name? It's been almost 20 years for me now. It's like we have Safeways out here, but I still call it Stop and Shop all the time. Oh, you did, Jason? Thank you. I thought your name looked familiar. Hello, Accredited Coins. Welcome. Oh, it's DMV. Okay. When I looked up copper coins, it looked like there was a couple extra columns or partial extra columns on the 1990. That one kind of looks, I didn't think that it was, like if you look at this one, it's kind of filled in. Maybe that's different. Maybe it's just the way the light is hitting. I bought my first world coin this weekend, or this week, so that was new for me. My first certified world coin anyway. And so I'm entering different worlds, new worlds as well. I'm going to have to look at another one, but for some reason the way that it's like there's not sharp edges on the bottom of these. Like the little bushes there almost look doubled as well. I'm going to put this one off to the side, and we'll look at another one here. Yes, Time Traveler's Coin Exchange is now going to travel through space and time. We won't just be limited to US and colonial coins. We're going to go far, far, far back in time. And so starting next week, I'll start to have different world coins popping up from all over time. And hopefully we will all learn something new, and I might need your guys' help because like I'm only going to have so much information on the coins, and so it's kind of one of these things where I'm like, I'm going to dip my toe in this and kind of see how it goes, but it's going to be interesting. That is awesome, PK Carve. Star 45. Oh, okay. That was my first CAC stickered PCGS slab, Jason. I've bought thousands of PCGS graded coins. I'd never bought one with a CAC sticker on it. That was my first CAC coin, so I know exactly which coin you bought now. $6 an hour over your normal wage. That is definitely awesome. That is really awesome. I mean, it's so weird. It's like I feel like we have like this lottery thing where it's, what is it, 1 out of 800 people in the United States have died in the last year, and basically everybody else got a couple checks to say congratulations, you didn't die. And it's like it seems like it's like we keep having another round and another round, and the money just keeps getting bigger. And excuse me. Oh, it looks like it's my turn, everyone. Sorry, I know it's not funny. Just trying to make an excuse out of my cough, laugh it off. Hopefully I will get some more CAC coins in, but they don't seem to come up very often, and when they do, they seem to have a pretty price tag on them. And I think when I bought that one, it wasn't there wasn't even a photograph of the coin with the CAC sticker on it, so I didn't even know it was gonna have a CAC sticker on it, which was kind of interesting. I feel like I keep getting really nice coins, like the photos will be terrible, and then I buy them, I'm like, oh wow, this coin is awesome. It's like, I feel like I get happily surprised with a coin more often than I'm unhappy with a coin. Like I think I've only returned like 2 coins out of like 10,000. But I've been very often like, wow, I can't believe I got this coin for this much. This is awesome. Yeah, I can't believe it was my first CAC either, accredited coins. I really can't. Well, that's one thing that I've been wondering, Jason, is it seems like with like Lincoln cents and different coins, it seems like the market is kind of drying up. I'm just seeing the numbers of coins available going down, down, down. And one thing that I feel like a lot of people are buying, but I'm also wondering, like, I watch like Copper Coins and a bunch of different roll hunting YouTube shows. And one thing I'm wondering is, I see, all these people opening rolls and buying rolls and opening rolls and selling rolls and people opening them. And I feel like the rolls that people were pulling coins from to grade, I feel like they're all getting opened and driving the price up. The more of them that get open, the less there are. And so I'm wondering if people are having more like kind of trouble sourcing them. And like I used to buy like lots of, lots of unsearched coins and big bags of coins and boxes of coins. And I'd search them. I think I probably bought like 5,000 unsearched, 5,000 count bags of wheat cents. I never found a key date. I never found, everyone else tells me, oh, I did. But I never found one. I found quite a few counterfeits. But I didn't buy a lot of like uncirculated rolls, and I probably should have put my money into uncirculated ones instead. But it's interesting. I'm just curious to see how things. Hey, Coins Arnito, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. A lot of familiar faces tonight. Welcome everybody. I'm interested to see where, how. I don't know, it seems like hobbies are becoming cool again. Like, I feel like hobbies were something where everybody just kind of like put their hobby in the closet the last couple decades, and then they realized that they were older and hadn't done anything with their hobby in 20 years, and so they sold it on eBay. And now it seems like everybody is buying back into their hobbies. But I guess I'm just curious to see what happens here in the future. If these YouTube shows and stuff, if all the rolls are going to get opened, or if everyone's just going to re-hoard them and it's going to be 20 years till they come back out again. You've had 4... Well, let me ask you then, Coins Arnito, are you finding it harder to source quality rolls? And if you're not having trouble sourcing them, do you see the price of them going up as demand possibly is increasing for them? I'm just curious. Yeah, sales accredited coins have been crazy hot. Like last week I had like the biggest sales day ever. And then I had like five, six, $700 days in a row last month, and I was like, oh, when those drop off my 30-day average, I'm gonna tank. But I rode right through all those days dropping, and it's just month after month after month, the sales are getting better and better. And so for me, I was just like, okay, everything's going great. I'm gonna go global. I'm gonna start doing world coins. I'm already open to the global shipping program, so if I start selling to multiple different countries, multiple different currencies, it seems like that's the next exponential growth for me. The sales have been crazy. I guess more vintage. I mean, what I'm seeing huge shortages in like high quality Lincoln wheat cents. I'm also seeing shortages in modern, like say like a 1990 MS67. They're still out there, but things are getting bought up. Like I have about 5 or 6 people who are consistently just like basically tapping me, buying, and it's at a rate that's about 2-3 times faster than I'm able to buy new ones. And so I'm just seeing, basically I have one person that's buying out all my 30s. I have a few people that are buying out all my 40s. I have people buying 50s. It's crazy to me. Like if basically I'm gonna end up with a bunch of money and no coins if things don't slow down. Yeah, credit coins. When you start buying again, there's gonna be just things are gonna be crazy on eBay. I'm gonna go out of business. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see just because, I feel like before a dealer they used to have to sell every coin before they could really make the money to buy another roll and buy another roll. And now say like Chuck at Copper Coins, he's able to sell a roll, every single coin in the roll, before he even opens it. And it's like, I feel like that's genius, and it's like, I know we can only open so many rolls a week, and I know everybody wants more and more and more. But I'm seeing more and more people pop up with kind of similar formats. I just don't know how long the hobby can kind of, I know that in the, up through the 60s and probably even present, there have been people that just hoarded and hoarded and hoarded rolls. So I feel like there's a lot out there, but I just don't know how long they'll last. Maybe forever. Have you been just day trading too, accredited coins? You were saying that you had some fun with what is that? I can't even pronounce it. The doggy coin or the Dodge coin. I would sink all that into coins. You should drive me out of business. Please. Give me a break. Oh yeah, you were saying you were working on a guide or a book, Nito. That would be awesome. Yeah, you were saying you did great. Nice. Yeah, I feel like I should have been playing, but I don't know. I jumped out of the markets a long time ago, but I did it for the opposite reason of I realized that it was completely all just rigged and scammed, and I did great. I doubled my money, but I really realized like how it's not a fair system. Everything is like completely geared so that you don't make, or so that they make money off of you. Basically, you can still make money, but I love what's going on. I know a lot of people probably hate what's going on. Anyone that's not in control of their money and has someone else controlling their money, or anyone who is like, it's their job to be trading and buying stocks, they probably hate it. But I love what's going on. Nice. Yeah, no, I used to have a lot of Vanguards. I used to have a lot of different Vanguard stocks and mutual funds. I had, I think, like the Vanguard Right, the REIT fund. That one made me a lot of money. I think it was like mainly, I thought it was a real estate stock, but it was like real estate companies. It was basically everything to do with real estate, but actual real estate investment. And it did really good. I got really good at jumping from one stock right after they paid out a dividend to jumping into another stock that I would predict was going to give out a dividend. And I would jump from one that had just done it into another one right before they were about to release theirs. And I would just collect dividends from stocks that I wasn't holding. And it worked really, really well. Well, that's what I was thinking, is that I should at least download an app, put $100, buy it. Just, yeah, it's like I want to put in, even if it's just 2 cents, just, everybody wants to be able to say, I did that, I helped with that. So yeah, I really should. Yeah, no, that's what I found also, is that I get a much higher return with coins. I mean, if you have money in a real estate account, unless like you get lucky, which it's possible to get lucky, like what a great year is like 8%. If you did 10%, like you're outperforming Wall Street. Um, but it's like with coins, I definitely, on a good month, I could have a 10% return. It's like not every investment is returning as fast. But collectively, I would say coins, if done right, you can get a 10% return a month. Um, I mean, it's like my sales right now are over $10,000 a month. And so, like, I think last month I almost hit 12,000. And so basically it's like every month my sales are going up about $1,000. So it's about 10% a month. And it's like you have to be smart, you have to buy the right coins. And I feel like you can just have a few coins up there if you're really smart, if you have the ones people really want, but you got to get them, you got to spend time getting them. But just having, if you have every coin up, the market works in waves, and at one point one coin is up and another point another coin is up. And you just, try to not be the first person to sell, and you let everything else get bought out underneath you, and then all of a sudden you're the cheapest person when no one else has any. Why does that look doubled? I know it's just machine damage, but kind of want to look at that one a little closer. All right, it's got the doubled on the 9, or on the nose. It's not the notch on here. Should be at least 20-30% a year, right? Sorry, I'm reading what you guys are saying because I want to know what you're saying. Oh yeah, PayPal Capital. I thank you, PayPal Capital. I mean, basically a year and a half ago, my business was shrinking, 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 and I took a chance and I maxed out my PayPal Capital, and it's basically you can make a purchase. You can make a purchase of $100 or more. You can group multiple coins you've won, and you have 6 months to pay it off at 0% interest. If you pay it off in 6 months, you pay nothing. If you don't pay it off in 6 months, then you owe them like a ton of money. But basically, PayPal will give you 6 months to buy a coin and sell it. And the more you use it, the higher the limit they give you. Some people, they might just give a high, but it is awesome. And then, I mean, even the eBay or the PayPal working capital, I don't think they're giving it out to eBay businesses anymore. But that's awesome too. They'll give you like $2,500 for like a one-time $94 fee up front. And if it's your first one, I think they give you a $100 credit. So they actually pay you $4 or $6 to take out a loan with them. And then they just take it out of your sales. But those are awesome. Like it totally, I basically was able, like I was having like about 2 years ago, I was down to like $300 of sales. I just hadn't been putting any energy into my business. And it's like I've gone from like $300 worth of sales in the last 2 years to like over $11,000 the last couple months. So it's like it's possible to start with, like I think my PayPal credit was like $1,500 when I started, and I just bought a ton of coins and then sold them and bought more coins with the money that I got and sold them. It was awesome. Yeah, I haven't even seen a 2020 penny in person yet, I don't think. I don't think I got to buy any on eBay, even slabbed. Yeah, the PayPal credit, it's 0%. And I think on purchases of $300 or more, I believe it is, you get 12 months. So yeah, PayPal credit is free. It's like, it defers all the interest for up to 6 months. And so if you pay off the balance, and it's not like a credit card where you have to like pay the newest one first. It takes off your oldest purchases. When you make a payment, it takes off the oldest purchases first. And so there's basically like a running tally of things you purchased. And as you pay money off towards what you buy, it pays off the oldest purchases first. And so basically it's like you can just keep pushing. You don't have to balance out your purchases. You don't have to like pay off your whole thing to start fresh. You just, you could have $6,000, make $1,000 of purchases every month and just, keep paying $1,000 and make sure that you've paid your $1,000 a month so that by the time it goes, and you can basically just have $6,000 free money forever. They're banking that you'll mess up, and if you don't make your minimum payment or if you don't pay it on time, then you owe all that deferred interest. But if you need free capital and pretty much like instant acceptance and not have to go and sit in a bank or talk with anyone, it's awesome. Yeah, I was hoping to do a bunch of role searches. I don't even think my bank's here. I don't even think they open anymore. Every time I'm on my website or whatever, the hours are like office hours closed, 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 closed. It's like I haven't been inside my bank since the pandemic happened. It just happened that at the same time I got, an app that I could cash checks on the phone with, and so I just cash any checks that I have on the phone, and any cash that comes into my pocket, I just spend it on groceries. Basically everything is like PayPal. That's one of the reasons I don't want to do the managed payments, but I've already applied, and it's funny that eBay said that by the 25th we are all going to be on managed payments. But they also said they'd give me a 2-week notice, and I haven't heard a word from them after applying. And it's the 30th. So I don't know what happened at eBay. Maybe we won't all be forced on managed payments. My second account on eBay still hasn't even gotten a notice saying that we have to. Everyone else I've talked to still isn't on managed payments. I don't get it. Yeah, my bank was awesome when I used to get like 9, 10 boxes of pennies. At one point I had 5 different banks that I went to. And I actually opened bank accounts specifically because they would either get old kinds or they would get, all solid date rolls of new stuff. I remember when the California quarter came out, I opened up multiple accounts so that I could get California quarters, which is actually a sad story because I actually needed mortgage or rent or something one month and I had to bring them all to the casino. And they made me open up every single roll of my state quarters. Those were some hard times, but I got a couple of them left. That was too bad. But yeah, some banks are better than others, and always be nice to your bank tellers. You never know. My bank tellers would totally put together rolls. I feel like they thought they were doing practical jokes or just really sweet. I'd get back with what was supposed to just be a regular box of pennies. It would be a solid 5,000 count or 2,500 count brick of wheat pennies. I don't know if they just collected and saved them all and then gave them to me. But they would always there would always be solid date rolls of wheat pennies whenever I went in there. They were awesome. And I always made sure not to, dump. I'd go to the casino after running them through my Rydale and separating all the copper from the zinc. I'd bring all of the zinc to the casino, and the casino eventually started charging me 5%. But since I would get a full bank box of copper out of every 3 boxes I went through, that would make one box worth $25, and then I'd lose $15 for, or I'd lose $10 for the 2 boxes I'd dump. So I'd end up making $15 off of 3 boxes plus whatever wheat pennies I found, and if I found anything else. But yeah, I miss roll searching days, but at the same time I have a mountain of coins now, and I promised myself no more roll hunting until I figured out how to sell off everything that I have, because I don't plan on moving, but I sold off my roll collection. I think it was 20,000 rolls, mainly wheat pennies, because pretty much all circulated because I couldn't move them anymore. I figured, just buy high quality certified coins. They take up a lot less space. Because there's less of them. They're nice and organized. I know what I have. It's been better, but I miss rolls. I do. Why? Where's the 1956 proof 68? I want it. No, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible price. A credit coin. Where is it? Oh, are you getting me a Christmas present? Thank you. Yeah, no, I would probably buy it. I would have to look. Basically, this one's got some toning on it too. Are you just torturing me? Ask Penny Lady if they've got any more. Oops, I just bought it. I'm sorry. Here, wait. What I was gonna look to see here. I think I've got a price here. The PCGS price for it's 130. That's definitely more than I paid for mine. Would I consider paying that much? Yeah, I would, honestly. I mean, here, what's the population? The population is 66 and there's 0 higher. So if you want to have one of the 66 top pop, I guess there might be a cameo. There probably is a cameo or a deep cameo. Or there's probably definitely a cameo. I don't know if there is a deep cameo. Dang it. I only had one more coin and then I was going to go buy it. Well, good eye. That's what I would be buying accredited coins. I mean, I would maybe be buying some Proof Indian head cents as well. Almost bought one today. Someone gave me a pretty good offer, but there was some other things I wanted to buy too. I mean, it really can't hurt. I mean, like say like I just got a Proof 68 1953. There's only 33 of them at that grade. So I think I have 3 of them now, so I almost have like 10% of the market. I think there's only one coin graded higher. But those Proof 68s, they're no joke. I mean, I've been seriously buying them for 5 years, and I've probably seen like probably about 30 of them come to market, like out of all the wheat penny dates. Maybe 40, like because there are ones that there was just price I could not buy them at. But I would say they're a good investment. I don't feel like the price has caught up like the PCGS, but it's like what I honestly feel like is I feel like basically it's like the big companies, they, you know, I know we've had debates on whether things are price fixed and stuff, but it's like I kind of feel like the big companies, when the price list, it's like they don't reflect the true value of the coin for its rarity until they own them all themselves. And then it's like once a big company corners the market and owns them all, then all of a sudden the price goes to 10,000. And so I'm like, I look, back, decades before and look at similar numbers. I'm like, why is this not worth more? To me, I think it's a good investment. However, I haven't seen a ton of return, but I figure the tighter it gets and the tighter it gets. I've seen them sell for $500. I sold one for $700. So it's definitely possible. Yeah, I think there will be. I feel a squeeze. I feel like prices going up. I feel like things are getting tighter. I mean, I have about 2,000 proof wheat cents and mint cellos that I'm going to get graded here at some point. I think I only have like 256s. So it's like maybe if I'm extremely lucky, I'll pull a 68 out of it. But like as far as the current price is, it's not going to be worth it to get it graded. But I can sell 64s, 65, 66s, 67s. They all sell really good. If they're actually extra fine, I'd say they're worth $2 if it's extra fine detail. Um, I don't know, like for an extra fine, woo, moth. I'm not a light. For, for I just saw it fly by. So I'm watching the replay. It looks bigger. It was tiny. I'm not positive. I'd have to see the coins. $2 is definitely below the price of an extra fine Indian head cent. The reason why the coin is just stuck here is that we're out of coins. Well, it's only 1019 too. But I figured I would stay in chat here for a minute and answer any more questions. But if they're actually extra fine, the hard part is if for an extra fine, I feel like they sell for about $10 graded. If I buy them and they sit in my store, eventually I will sell one for $20. Just because usually I can't buy a graded one for, usually about 10 to $12 is what I'd end up buying an extra fine in a PCGS slab. And so then I have to sell it for at least 20 because shipping is $3.50 and PayPal fees and eBay fees and all the fees associated. Yeah, I feel like people have had more time. They're going back to things that they started before the pandemic. It's just I feel like life slowed down and life slowed down around the home, and so people are doing what they can. And coin collecting, thanks to the internet, is something that we could do. If there was no mail, if there was no internet, I think coin collecting and we weren't allowed to leave our houses, I think it would be going south. Yeah, I absolutely, I love coin collecting as much as I did when I started. For me, the one thing that I feel like one piece of advice I always ignored was, buy kind of the best quality coin you can for a grade. I was just, I'll buy 5,000 count bags. I will buy quantity. I'm going to corner the market. I tried to buy every Flying Eagle cent. And I didn't care what the quality was of it. And now I have I sold most of them off, but I still have at least 1,000 Flying Eagle cents. While I guess what I found from years of experience is that buy the best coin you can, but also buy it at the best price possible. Buy the best coin at the lowest price and sell it high. While I love a lot of the coins, and there are a few coins I will never sell, kind of like the Proof 68s, I have them up for sale on eBay, but they're priced at a price where I don't want to sell them because I know I'll probably never see one again. They rarely come up. Yeah, I guess buying it. Some coins, the value of them, say for the $2 extra fine Indian head cents, it's probably a good deal, but when a coin is worth only a few bucks and it costs a few dollars to ship something in the mail, at the point when you're looking at selling the coin, you're going to have to ask yourself if putting this coin up for sale and paying eBay fees and paying shipping fees or selling it back to the dealer who's probably not going to pay you what you paid for it. If you're making $6 an hour extra at work, is it going to be worth doing 3-4 eBay transactions to make $5 or $6? Or after you subtract all the fees, are you actually going to make any money? And so for me, I found the threshold was a coin really needs to be worth about $10, and then even if for it to be worth selling, and then even if it's worth $10, you have to sell it for about $20. And so that's I carry coins that are the PCGS slabs are worth more technically than the coin inside them. Not all of them, obviously, but it's I carry those for people that are trying to complete sets and need one in a slab to finish their set. But it's, if you're ever trying to sell coins on eBay, for a $10, basically it's not worth selling anything on eBay for under $20, just because of the time it takes. And I do sell coins for under $20, but it's not, I can't make a business out of it. When I sold raw coins for $1 or $2, I was, working really, really hard, and I might make $100 off of 20 hours of work. Nice. I've only had one I had one MS-62 Flying Eagle cent. It was actually the most expensive coin I ever sold. Hey, or hold on. Oh, good night, Nito. I was trying to see who everyone was saying good night to. Um, so I'm just trying to think. I'm probably gonna have to say goodbye here in a minute. So I'll say good night to everybody too. But if anybody else had any other thoughts, I still have another minute or two. Um, but yeah, I guess my advice for any new collectors is, just, enjoy, love the coins that you collect. Trying to put together a set is really fun. Like my sets are like sandcastles, my PCGS sets, they're all up on eBay. So while I'm trying to build a set, people are buying my coins out of my set and I'm having to replace them. And it's just like a sandcastle at the ocean. I'm just rebuilding it over and over again. And while I used to get stuck on different areas, it's like now it's just constant search and it's fun. It's like it's like, you know, it's like trying to build a set while everyone's taking your coins. It's kind of fun. All right. So thanks everyone for being here tonight. I of course will be back on Wednesday unless I surprise you guys with a bonus stream like I used to. Have a good night, Jason Scott. Have a good night, PK Carve. Have a good night, Coins Arnito. Have a good night, Accredited Coins. Have a good night, Blue Sandy. And I believe, hold on one second. I believe Homesteading Northern Michigan, I believe you already went to sleep. So I hope you have a good night. Sleep well, everybody. And let me just make sure I'm not forgetting anyone. If I missed you, say your name, because I try to say good night. Oh, I know who. Have a good night, sorry X. Or good night, oops, sorry X. Oops. Yeah, so I'll be back on Wednesday unless I surprise you guys. Do some Kennedys and well, this week I will be having new coins. Maybe I'll keep them around. I bought a bunch of really cool older world coins, and so those will be coming. Yeah, it would be fun to do something else. I mean, I was feeling like, gosh, I'm a penny guy, and so that's really how this all started. And 6 months ago, I started other things. We may have to switch things up. We might have to have random night where we do something different every night. Because I think that would be fun. It's good to branch out. It's good to learn new things. So good idea. Good idea. Thank you, PK Carve. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for the conversation and thoughtful everythings. Good night, everybody. See you all in the future.